I've lost my family. I don't know what I'll do. There were scary noises in the fields. Some of my Gua ran away. I'm worried about them. But I can't leave the Gua who stayed behind. They're too frightened. Of course. Gua are noble creatures, and they're hard workers. You've got to find them. Here, take some stinkweed. It's their favorite food. Their stomachs will lead them home. Home to me. Thank you so much. My poor children. I don't know if I could go on without them. Because they are. They haul our goods. They eat our trash. Gua are magnificent. And I have heard rumors about the Covenant. If they attack, who but the Gua will carry our belongings to safety?
I curse the word dagger. I'd show these dryskins, had I one of my own. Covenant scouts are burning the fields. We were working the crops and they started killing. Please, there are others with me out here. Bachuas, Vudilal, and Noluaza.
Please, my scales are slick. Don't send me to Sithis. I'll dance on the water, thank you.
You don't wear the lion crest. Please, help. With your aid, Moist One, my thanks.
A moment, please. No one else will listen. I have an idea that could help turn the tide against the Covenant. Bal Foyen doesn't have much of a militia to defend it, but we do have Netch. Netch bulls are usually docile, but when they think their herd is threatened, they're fearsome. That's right. When a Betty or Netchling feels threatened, it secretes a kind of oil that provokes a bull's rage. I collected some oil and coated these sterile Netch eggs with it. Throw them at the daggers. The Netch bull should attack them.
The Covenant is everywhere. I think so. Thank you. I'll see you down the river.
I don't know the tribe in the Grey Mire, but I know your deeds there. May the Hist remember you always, friend. Maik wonders, who wants to live on a bleak rock? Why, not a pleasant rock. So, how did it go? Excellent, yes? I'll let the commanders here know of our success. I hope we'll see each other again. Stay moist.
I wish I could feel safe in town, but with the Covenant in Balfoyen, nowhere is safe. We did, thanks to you. We are forever in your debt. We will think of you always in our passage down the river.
You swim now into Balfoyen.
Preserve us.
Need a blade? I hope not. I don't have any to spare. I'm fresh out. Bit of an accident in the storeroom with a lantern, I'm afraid. Suddenly, no more kindle pitch. Check the dockyards. Laneem just offloaded a fresh supply. When you see her, warn her about the attack. She's such a fragile lizard. Don't want her going to pieces.
my whole life. Spent my whole life with him. And what do I have to show for it? Nothing. Shore's buttocks.
I'm rather busy right now.
You look brave. Brave like my Gaina. Please help me. I fear she's been eaten by Nyx hounds. I'm terrified of them. She made me a flute. Said it would calm them. To prove her point, she went up the trail behind me. A pack of beasts lives up there. Or what's left of her. Whatever state she's in, please bring her back. How could I have let her do this? Oh, Gaina. Sometimes Gaina's a strange girl. She's a master crafter. In fact, she thinks she's one of the best woodcarvers on the coast. I think she wanted to show off for me. Silly girl.
It just ignored the flute. If this Nyx hound hadn't saved me, I would have been eaten. I must have worried her terribly. Please, the hound that attacked me, it's sick. It's rabid. Further up the path, if it wanders down to the docks, my wound might be infected. If you can take care of the hound, I'll limp back to Bisholis.
She's alive. Hurt and frightened, but alive. I have little to offer by way of reward other than my thanks. I doubt you'll remember two simple fishermen, but we'll never forget you. Looking for rations. Keep going down the river, friend. Everything here is spoken for. Raiders in Balfoyen. Take the Kindle pitch. Warn the watch. You are sunblessed for telling me. Have you spoken with Urona at the fort already? Zuth, she's a crafty one. Very well. Consider the docks on alert. If you're going to light the fires, I can help you get there. Follow me, sun on my scales. We go now to a secret passage. It is really a storage tunnel, but today, it is a secret from the Covenant.
was missing you. Thank you for bringing my family back together. You did, Gua friend. They're all back. Palehide is already ruling the roost. Where would they be without me? I'll get them fed and ready to carry our things.
Hurry, friend. Balfoyen is under attack. Thank Kine you've returned. Everyone, they're all gone. My family is gone. They've gone to war, and they're outnumbered. I fear everyone we know will be dead before the day is out. Damn the Covenant. My family was happy. Well, maybe not happy, but they were content. The Covenant attacked in force when they saw the signal fires. Even now, they're marching on Fort Ziren. Darj took some of the villagers there, including my men. Hold up. Captain Rana learned of a second force headed to the Balfoyen docks. She's leading a group of warriors to repel that attack, but without aid. I'm afraid you must choose. I know it's a hard choice, but you must go to the fort or the docks. Lend your strength where you think it's needed most. No idea. Perhaps their generals don't see a mud brick village as a threat. I wish they'd felt the same way about Bleak Rock. I don't know. Maybe I can help you talk it out. What do you want to know? I want to think so, I really do. But the Bredens are known for their magic. If they could find a way through or around the walls. I trust you. You've already saved us once. If you decide to go to Rana's aid, I know it will be the right call. I know Darj will win the day. Captain Rana knows her business, and she has capable people with her, including my daughter. But the docks have no walls, no defensive positions. I did. Trinhild is proud and stubborn, like her mother used to be.
The Covenant flooded the docks. We tried to surrender, but they didn't want prisoners. Many of us were gutted and thrown into the sea. A few. We scattered. Some barred themselves inside, but the daggers put everything to the torch. If it wasn't for that crazy dark elf, I'd be fattening fish. You can't look for her now. Fishermen from the docks are trapped in the windmill. Rescue them before they burn.
You must help Zane. Hurry to the docks. Zane won't last long by herself. Hurry to the docks. Zane won't last long by herself.
Help me hold off these daggers while the fishermen get away. Find Trinhild and Rana. They're on the other side of the docks.
I fell fighting beside Captain Rana. She hid me here and ran onto the ship. She's after the Covenant commander. He's the one who burned Bleak Rock. Don't let her die alone. Fight well. Kill that bastard!
The commander of this vessel is the one who led the slaughter at Bleak Rock. This ship will be his grave. Below decks. Follow me. The Breton dies here. Are you ready? Good. Here he comes.
Light it up!
I understand I have you to thank for driving the Covenant from these docks. The Pact owes you a debt. It's like the sun on your scales, isn't it? We almost lost these docks. All these people would have died without your intervention. Thank you. Saving lives is never a small victory. Head to Davon's Watch and speak with Holgen. Make sure they've been warned about the Covenant.
Can you lend a hand?
Have you come from Balfoyen? What news do you have? Yes, soldier. Thank you. We're giving the Covenant a good fight. Without your warning, Davon's Watch would be in their hands. Feels good to save a city, doesn't it?
The Covenant is attacking Davon's Watch. The Devils bombarded the northern district. Now they're ashore preparing to attack. I need every able hand in the battle to come. And you'll stand where you're needed. Right now, Grandmaster Tunvol Indural's at a manor in the north of the city. He's got a smart plan, but he needs help. Follow me or meet me there. Your choice. This port's the key to Stonefalls. That's why these Covenant bastards are attacking. They're keen to take the city, but we aren't going to let them. The Nords are here to defend the Pact. You'll find a manor along the north city wall. I'll be there with Tunvol.
I'm rather busy right now.
Honor to you, traveler. Name's Naril. I'm guessing you're new in town and need some work. It's a bit of luck we met because I need some help in a business deal. You may have heard Stonefalls is under attack. This makes some things very lucrative. Take wine. If I had a particular bottle, there's a party who'd pay well for it. Please. Procure. There's a bottle of Tears of Amaya hoarded by a Nord tavern keeper here. I offered to buy, but he won't sell. Frankly, he'll never drink it, so he'd never know if it was replaced by a copy. I knew you were game. It's the Fish Stink, down by the docks. A brute named Hector runs it. He's unreasonable about his precious bottle. You can't just smooth talk it away from him. With cleverness, swap that bottle out when he's not looking. He probably can't tell the difference between good wine and swill. I knew you were game.
Greetings, stranger. Long journey? Have you eaten yet? The large, foul-tempered rats on the docks taste really good. It's a pity the barkeep doesn't care for them. I don't know why.
Pardon me, I'm showing the Scale Sister around town before we take up blades for the Pact. He's a crank. He hates drunk singing in his bar. Apparently, he only likes beautiful voices.
Damn rats. I hate them. Welcome to the Fish Stink. What can I get you?
What in the name of Vivek do you put in this stuff?
We raise fine horses in Davon's Watch. Once sold one to Vivek himself. What can I help you with?
much slower than I remember. A living soul. It has been so long. To walk the river again, it is so strange and so sad. I and the other Saxhleel have not returned willingly. We Argonians were slaves to the Chimer in our time, as I sense they can be today. Even in death, we serve our cruel masters, slaves to their will. The Chimer would not willingly release us to Aetherius. To set their souls free on the river, you will have to destroy the Keepers. If you would do this, you will find me on the road away from here. I sense something I must see for myself.
Where in oblivion? Welcome to what used to be the front line, soldier. Something very strange is happening out here. I'm just a grunt. Not a very smart grunt at that. Maybe you can sort things out for me.
Problem? I've got a battlefield full of ghosts, sprung out of the ground like corn in the month of mid-year.
They killed those Covenant bastards, which is great. But how do you kill what's already dead? My mages can't even agree on what to do. I've known Furan and Risa for a while now. I respect them both. I just need to know which of them has the better idea. Start with Furan, then talk to Risa. Hear them out and do what they ask of you. When you've decided what's best, let me know. I'll be honest, I wasn't sure what I was going to do out here. Thank you, Traveler. Yes, damned skeevers snuck around the city and came at us from the wastes to the north. Damned good strategy. Hit us from this side, and by sea, and squeezed the city in the middle. Hope Holgun and his troops are holding up. You hard of hearing. Yes, the city's under attack. Damn daggers came right out of the sea, trying to take the watch from under us. I'd be with Holgun myself. His spirits hadn't come out to play.
Do I look like a Telvanni mage? I have no idea. Furon said something about climber elves. I guess the Dark Elves used to be really good at scaling mountains. Look, just ask him and leave me to the soldiering.
The smell of brimstone is strong in my nostrils. Even as a spirit, this place smells of ash and death. Have you done as I asked? You are very kind. Strangely kind for a place like the Ashlands. I stand here, tasting the air, and do you know what I've learned? The Saxilil you saved, the Argonians, they are not the only ones in danger. This pact forged in the wake of war is fragile, so fragile. Remember the history of violence against my people, and treat them well as you walk the river's edge. My brethren are safe, and the Ashlands bubble with hope. I pass now down the river to swim in the currents of Aetherius. Go well in your own passage, traveler.
Is that blasted lizard? I remember when I'd hunt here for days and not see a soul. The war was on and people stayed behind walls or stuck to roads. Those days are behind us. Like I said, I was hunting. But now that the volcano's erupted, I'm headed to Deshaun. Don't want to get cooked. I'll be leaving as soon as my suite of a partner shows up. You haven't run into an Argonian named Stands in Stillwater, have you? He's a good friend, but he never shuts up. Nothing still about him. He was supposed to meet me here, but I've waited too long already. If you're heading north of Ash Mountain, can you keep an eye out for him? He should have a camp up there. Thanks. Not many willing to help these days, especially a dusty Ashlander like me. We'd planned to rest up at the Davanus' farm near Cragganmore before passing through the Deshaun Gate. He should know it. That's right. Though, in truth, I have no clan. I make my living hunting and trading. Stillwater and I try to keep to the wilds and stay out of the way. They're alive and well, but that's a longer story that I don't have time for. Stillwater is a bit of an outcast himself. He escaped House Drez as a slave before the pact was signed. I think that's why we've stuck together for so long.
The hearts of Dunmer are as dry as their land.
Stranger, you've picked a bad time to visit Seni. The volcano's burning up the town. You'd think these thick-headed louts would accept some help. This pissant Dunmer. I know an Argonian named Softscale who can make a salve to soothe the injured, but Spellwright Gervis won't work with him or any Argonian. Because he's the most stubborn creature you'll ever meet. He needs to see these Argonians are on his side. If you want to help, Softscale needs Schult Chiton for a salve. Kill them, and take the Chiton to the Argonian. He's somewhere in town. Once you've got the Chiton, look for Softscale in the temple. Bad blood. Thought everyone knew that. Back before the Ebonheart Pact was formed, Dark Elves enslaved Argonians. They raided the Black Marsh and brought the captives up here to work. Sure, but the bigger problem is the Dunmer. They used to be lords and masters until the Pact was formed. Now, all of a sudden, the Argonians are free and everyone is equal. Ha! Spoken like a courtier. You know, just saying everyone is friends doesn't make it so. Forming the Pact was a battle, and there are still many sides to it.
Here, Kwama. Nice Kwama. Please don't eat me. Your pardon. Have you seen any Kwama around? Maybe west of the town? If you do, I don't suppose you could lead them to my mine, could you? Yes, when the volcano erupted, my workers got frightened and fled. Now they're attacking anyone who wanders too close. They're usually timid, so a good beating should calm them down. Me? Look at me. I'm hurt. Just beat them a little, then blow this whistle. They're trained to return to the mine. Remember, subdue, then use the whistle. If you don't, they'll just start fighting again. I'll be at my mine west of town. I've got to salvage what I can. It's where you get Kwama eggs. You can also get Kwama cuttle, the waxy substance that grows on their beaks. Well, it's a hole in the ground where Kwama live. That's a mine. You didn't think we dug it up like those Nords dig iron, did you? I don't know. Potions, I think, or something to fight poison or cleanse water. I never asked. I just harvested.
I haven't much longer.
You are not of Seni. Your scales bear stains of soot, and you smell of smoke and flame. What brings you here? I offer my gratitude. Please, wait. I'll make a poultice to soothe the burns of the injured. I'll need you to use it on them. The Dunmer don't trust Argonians, especially me and my egg sister walks in ash. They fear we'll harm them. You are a stranger, so they may let you heal their wounds. There is more. When you are done, go to Spellwright Gervis. Let him know we made this salve to help. Perhaps he will see we are not his enemy.
Hello there.
Thank you.
You have my thanks.
my gratitude.
Have my thanks.
Thank you.
Have my thanks. You won't hurt me, will you?
Why are you here, stranger? That Scaleback? I kept my tongue when times were good, but now when the town is weakened, he's suddenly helpful? This is just a trick. Because his people have taken my daughter, Movani. She was doing chores for me and now she's disappeared. One of the farmsteaders saw that Argonian walks in Ash watching her. Who else could it be? Nonsense. We've lived in the shadow of Ash Mountain all our lives. We know its dangers. It was those Argonian savages. Find Walks in Ash, then ask that Scaleback where my daughter is. Return Movani to me. Then maybe I'll see what Softscale wants. Look for Walks in Ash in the ruins. The three only know what she's doing. We are in words and treaties. The Moot might meet in peace, but we remember what the Argonians were like when we dragged them out of the muck. We know what they really are. That's the calm man's choice, stranger. Without my daughter at my side, I don't give a damn whether some Scalebacks are bleeding out in the ash.
This is not a good day for Seni, traveler. Yes, I am. Look at this. This is no natural run of lava. These are footprints. A spirit of wrath came through here. Stubborn Givus will not hear my warning. He thinks the eruption caused this. As you can see, his daughter is not here. I did see Morvani earlier. The flow of her life takes her to the base of Ash Mountain regularly. I don't know for certain, just that I saw her walking west out of town. Find her, then perhaps Gervis will listen to me. If you succeed, use this. A signal. It's colorful but harmless. If you find Lady Morvani, use it, and I will come to you. Truth falls like a cool rain, carving many channels in the mud. My truth is different from the Dunmers, yet both are still true. I have no love for them. Do you hate fire for burning down your hut? The fire acts as it must. They saw our huts, and their nature required them to act. I trust a dark elf to act as a dark elf must.
Look at all my beautiful Kwama. Their beady little eyes, the gentle pulsing of their abdomens. I can't thank you enough. I'm going to have to get the mine back open, of course. Kwama are very good diggers, you know. Particularly the workers. So much work to do. I can't let this mine sit idle forever.
Someone came. Did Father send you? I fell and twisted something. Damn, my ankle. Are you mocking me? Yes, of course I am. I'm trapped by lava flows and flaming shorks, and I can't walk. If I ever get home, I'm gonna drink a whole jar of Sujama. This was a shrine to the three. I come out here to pray for Mother. She was taken from us a few years ago. She was the sweetest woman I've ever known. Some days I swear I can still hear her voice. Anyway, I was out here when the eruption began. Of course he is, the overprotective Gua. Since we lost Mother, he's tried to run my life for me. I think I'll need 2 bottles of Sujama when I get home. Forget what Father says.
Found Gervis's hatchling? Good.
I've caught you bloody-handed. I'll go. Morvani, are you... Lord, Mother, and Wizard, are you all right?
I'm going to be fine, Father. Thanks to this traveler. Can we get me off of this rock now?
Hold on, Morvani. I've got you. Traveler, you found my daughter. In the midst of all this, you found my Morvani. The Argonian helped you find her. Pah! Self-interest and cunning, I'm sure. I'm grateful, just the same. Morvani means the world to me, ever since her mother was taken from us. They have beastly, baser urges. It makes them hard to trust. When the swamp calls to them, they rise up against their neighbors and strike them down. Even the kindest, the most gentle, are not spared from their wrath. It was before the signing of the pact. The Argonians of Seni still served my neighbors as slaves. Several of them made a break for freedom, and my Renisi, she was just out for a stroll. But today Morvani lives, thanks to you. Yes, well, I thank you for all you've done here today, traveler. My daughter is safe, and I must reluctantly admit that the Argonian may have played a part. May Lord, Mother, and Wizard all guard you on your journey.
Amazing. This is what it takes to get the Dark Elves working with the Argonians? An erupting volcano?
The scamps do not know fear. Troll's blood. I've tried to teach them. By the soul of Iskramor. That's what I like to hear. It's the damned scamps. Without the lads in the way, they'd overrun us all. Scouts tracked them back to caves on the mountainside. We've got pickaxes, but it's nigh impossible to collapse a mountain and fight at the same time. We'll keep these scamps busy while you collapse the entrances. Don't worry. There should be plenty of fighting.
did you make it through the Daedra, stranger? We're having a damned hard time just holding back the tide. So you helped out Sergeant Yager all by yourself. Well, that's the best news I've heard all day. If the lot of us don't die tonight, I'll buy you a drink.
Quietly. Quiet. By seed and spleen, stranger, you must help me. My people have been taken by a Daedra, known as Fate Stealer. Raiders. The dark-skinned ones attack, hoping to take our mine and make us slaves once more. They even summoned a Daedra. That was a mistake. The Daedra took everyone away, Argonian and Raider, and only left their soul crystals behind. My people and even some enemies languish in the Daedra's Oblivion realm. The Raiders seized an Argonian gel called Fire Sap. Find some. It should overheat the crystals and cause them to crack. Then you can return my people. It's so good to see everyone free again. I mean, almost everyone. My father, Last Water, the Daedra still has him. He tried to stop Fatestealer. His stone is in the main campsite. I'm sure Fatestealer will not give up her prize willingly.
Nikosh knew the terms when he summoned me!
I don't know what to say. The shame of it makes my scales brittle. But yes, I summoned it. I could not bear to see another victim fall to the raiders. I couldn't let them take our mine, so I reached out to Fatestealer. All of us were scourged.
Your claws are sharp, traveler. My spawn does not deserve the kindness you visited upon his scaly hide. On behalf of the rest of us, I thank you.
There is an Argonian village to the east called Lukiel Uxith. I will go there. Last Two Water will never forgive me, but at least he is free.
Covenant soldiers are waiting. Stranger, I'm surprised to see any friendly faces out here. Did you meet any Covenant soldiers on the road? There's a small force of Covenant soldiers in a camp to the northwest. I can feel it in my bones. They're planning a flanking attack. I need to get back to Fort Arend and ready the recruits there for a possible skirmish. Shore's bones, you're a brave one. If you can make it out alive, put steel or spell to the commanders in the encampment. They're the ones most likely to have a copy of their orders. Then head for the gates of the fort. Travel to the northwest and look for Covenant activity. Find out why they're here and what they're planning. Go swiftly and go carefully. We train troops and store provisions here. Why the Dark Elves built a fort against the mountains, I'll never know. What's it protecting? The mountains? Dunmer. I'll never understand them.
I'm in so much pain.
Hello there.
Wounded. Need help.
captain. Captain Hjorm. I'm not sure. I saw the captain approaching, then felt a sharp pain in my head. I think I heard a footfall behind me before I went down. When I came to, he was dead, and our attacker was gone. Assassins? Captain Lari should see this. She's in the command post, the largest building in the fort. Report to her, and I'll spread the word to the other troops in the fort. We need everyone on guard and watching their backs.
Well met, my fine Falar. I am Captain Lari, commander of the forces stationed at Fort Arrand. We're primarily a training outpost. I had to put the recruits on alert with all these Covenant troops nearby. What do you have there? No! Dumak, take those fetches! Hjolm, my best officer, is dead, and these plans say Aknara is here. Of all the... We're not prepared for Aknara. Not even slightly, Traveler. Let's talk. These Swiss assassins are stealthy and dangerous. They'll probably be practically invisible with all the places to hide in here. We need to shed some light on this situation. I have just the thing. Blinding light flasks. The flasks are upstairs. Use them near the walls of the fort. I expect the killers will be lurking there. Strikes from Shadows is leading a group of our more experienced troops. Meet up with him at the tower to the east when you're done. Falar, you'll find the flasks of blinding light upstairs. Use them to reveal the assassin infiltrators. Put an end to their plans. Fort Arrand was built a long time ago, atop a set of Daedric ruins. I think the ruins were a prison for some fetching Daedra. Bevek, who can keep track of all that ancient lore? The fort is out of the way, so we use it to train troops. A few years back, a fetching big Aldmeri army invaded Hammerfell. They sacked a town and established some fortifications. They sent messages home, and the elves sent a shipload of reinforcements. The Red Guards were quaking in their boots. Not as such, Falar. The Dominion made a mistake, you see. They took captives from a Red Guard ship they managed to get offshore from their new holdings. That night, one of the Red Guards broke free and murdered every lost elf aboard. That's what they say, Falar. Over the next few days, a bunch of Aldmeri troops in the fort disappeared. A Red Guard army rolled up to the fort, but didn't attack. It just sat there, stopping the Aldmeri from escaping Aknara's venom.
Are the assassins now feeding the earth with their blood and bone? I was ambushed. Warm-blood assassins do that. They hoped I wouldn't reach these tunnels and discover the roots of Aknara's plan. They died with that hope unfulfilled. You'll notice many Covenant troops about. I'd bet my birth mud she's opened the reinforced cap that sealed these tunnels. Clearly, she plans to lead an army into the fort from below. Long ago, this place was built to imprison Daedra. See that floor plate below the door you came through? There are 5 of those. When they're all active, a barrier will rise and imprison those within. No, there's an exit to the surface behind the final plate. I activated the first one. Activate 3 more on the way to the last chamber, then meet me by the final plate. Aknara ambushed us. She used a flask of blinding light to stun us, then ran back through the door behind me. Were you able to activate the plates? Good. I'll activate this last one. Once I do, the other barriers on all 5 will harden like a shell. While I do this, you must slay Aknara before she slithers away again. Bayam chased after Aknara. He'll need your help more than I do. Look for him. I'm sure he's wounded, if not dead. Once this is done, use the trapdoor atop the bluff. It leads to the command post below.
Have you dispatched Aknara? That piece of Enchao? Ha! My fine Falar. Well done. I'll see your name is not forgotten. Aknara, however, will be forgotten. The Dunmer reshape history to serve their needs. I'll remove any mention of her actions here, and I'll purge all records of that vile assassin. Captain Hjorm lost his life bravely defending the fort from that Covenant scum. He cut down a sword, but eventually succumbed to his wounds. That magnificent battle will be missed. Fort Arend was built a long time ago, atop a set of Daedric ruins. I think the ruins were a prison for some fetching Daedra. Bevek, who can keep track of all that ancient lore? The fort is out of the way, so we use it to train troops. A few years back, a fetching. That's what they say.
The three keep you, traveler. Are you willing to risk heresy to save the soul of Ebonheart? The disciple of our tribunal temple has lost his faith. He says the three no longer speak to him. He sent me to pray for him at shrines to Olmalexia, Vivec, and Sothasil, just outside town. But I was driven away by a foul smell and angry Aelith. I don't know. The smell may have driven the beasts into a frenzy. Perhaps, if you'd be willing, would you burn these flowers at each shrine? If the three respond, tell Disciple Sildris. Perhaps that will restore his faith. I'll pray for an answer to your voice at the shrines. Praying for prayers. Perhaps Vivec will appreciate how circular that is. I don't know why Sildris thinks the three would abandon us. We have observed all the proper rites. These flowers, for one. Roland's tears, the rarest of the gold carnet and sacred to the three. It is a powerful offering.
Anna, what brings you to this gods-forsaken dark elf dunghole? The beer in this land is fit only for pigs. Good thing we brought our own. Have the elves asked you to help beat back the Covenant yet? To Sovngarde with them. Aye. The milk drinkers landed to the west at that big yellow tree thing. Now the Dres have got their skirts in a twist. Oh, please save us, big strong Nords. Fancy lads, the lot of them. They think Nords only exist to save elven asses. Bring them on. We don't skeever out of a fight. When we're attacked, we fight. I wager you think we should fight for the rest of the pact. All right. Prove they've got some backbone. Let's see you beat 3 of my men, and do it the Nord way. We fight drunk. We've got a keg of fine, strong mead from Riften right here. Pour yourself a mug and get to it. Unless you're too fancy, of course.
I signed up to... I signed up to guard these wagons for the money. And guarding's the only thing I take money for. You got that? That's the spirit. Bring one for me. I signed up to... I signed up to guard these... You could only beat me if I was blind, stinking sober. And I'm not. This won't take long.
Some of the boys like to flirt with the elf girls. I don't know why. They're so little. There's nothing to them. Haha! You're clever, you are.
Let's see how well you take a blow. Don't be timid. Sabercat, let's go back to drinking. Some of the boys like to try to put up a decent fight. Than you look. Good day. What are you drinking? Are you asking for a challenge? Shaw's bones! I thought today was going to be dull. Don't be timid.
Half bad, I'll give you that. I said I would, and I don't go back on my word. I hope the rest of the Pact fights like you, not that milk-drinking Urano. Ravel Urano, that dark elf here before you. He kept asking to buy our lumber so we'd leave town. I told him no, we had a contract to keep, but he offered to double it. No one pays that much for wood, even good rift spruce. What a skeever. Don't know and didn't ask. His story smelled like last week's fish. Whole time we were talking, he kept looking around for a crack to ooze through, sweating like. The boys ran him off with a few light cuffs to the head. He hasn't come back since. Right. Things like that. They're exactly why we keep to ourselves in the Elven lands. That and the bad food. Anyway, you're all right. Tell that fancy Othrol we'll fight. Come back and drink with us again sometime.
Ah, you're a good drinking mate, friend. Come back and join us again sometime. Yeah!
We want no trouble, Outlander. My injury doesn't keep me from stringing a bow. A Nyx hound attacked our caravan. He savaged my leg and carried off one of our guar. No. Lately we've sighted savage creatures in the wastelands. They're more than a match for our tribe's hunters. Great rewards await any hunter who can